and welcome to The World According to Jakai, where I share my opinions about this world, but trust me, I am not of this world. Welcome back to another episode. We are back and I'm feeling good. Can we just say, I don't think it's normalized to talk about enough. If you are an entrepreneur, having the ability to wake your you-know-what up. You don't have a boss. You don't have to clock in. You just have to rely on this yourself. I am proud of myself because it's different not having to clock in. It's different having to be an entrepreneur and having to wake up and be motivated to just do and accomplish the goals of your company. It's hard. So let's get right into today's episode because I'm antsy. I'm ready to get into these topics. And before we get into today's topics, I do want to let you all know, comment down below. I want us to engage with each other. I want this to feel like our own small little community. So with that being said, why do people feel the need to touch while communicating? We all know that person who comes up to you and who's like, hey girl, or has to put their hand on your face, or is just always using their hands to talk. Maybe when they laugh, they may slap you. We know these people. So why do these people feel the need to touch us while they're communicating? Greater Good magazine says that a lot of people feel the need to touch other humans just to embrace love, comfortability, or even if I'm like, hey, over there, look, over there, I'm showing you where to look. So a lot of people use their hands in order to show you directions. That's what studies have shown, why people tend to use their hands to talk. With that being said, that of course people like to touch you for different reasons and they could be totally innocent. How do you feel when strangers touch you while communicating? Now this is a little bit different, you guys, because for me, I'm gonna do a little story time. Last week, silly week. So of course, silly week in college is basically like syllabus week. So you don't really have a lot of work to do. So people tend to go out during the week. So I went into a bar last week with my girlfriends. We're all having a great time on the dance floor. And I noticed this guy comes over to us who I don't know. And he's like, hey, dance with me. But he's like touching us, like not touching us in an inappropriate way, but like, you know, tapping my hand or like, hey, come over here, just like tapping us. And like, I did not know who this person was. So for me, I automatically kind of got a little pissed off and my guard went up because I was taught stranger danger. Don't talk to strangers. Don't let a stranger talk to you. Now that I'm older and it has gotten more healthier when it comes to strangers, although people are crazy, keep your hands to yourself. I feel like touching can either be in a positive way or it can lead to negative. And when it comes to the question, how do I feel when a stranger touches me? I feel like it automatically goes to negative for me because I do not know you. So I definitely think that that's a boundary that I have to put up. If I can tell that I'm talking to someone, they keep touching me, hey, I would like it if you just kept your hands to yourself, like don't touch me, like not in a rude way, but just like, you never know where people have been. You never know if they just got done using the bathroom and if they did not wash their hands. You don't know that. Let me know what you all's relationship to personal touch is, because mine is, if I know you, I'm all up on you. It's bad. Like, I want to snuggle, I want to cuddle, I want to touch your face. I'm just a handsy person. Like when I laugh, I will slap you. But that's only because I know them and it's because I know their boundaries and I know that they're okay with it. And I just want to say that because there's a huge difference between someone you love and know touching you in communication rather than someone who you completely have no idea who they are and then them touching you during communication. So let me know what you guys think in the chat below. The second question of today's episode is, what is spiritual warfare? So like the relevancy and the timeliness on this is coming from just, what do we all have in common? We all go through good times and bad times. For a Christian, that is called spiritual warfare. So when we talk about what is spiritual warfare, in Ephesians 6:12, it says, "For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers over this present darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places." So, as said in the scripture that I just said, it's basically our struggle is going to constantly be against the forces of darkness, the forces of evil. So my question to you guys is, how do you all fight against spiritual warfare? How do you handle it? I'd say for myself, according to me, meditating on scripture. If you find yourself, during those times when you get triggered or when you get tempted, find a scripture in the Bible that relates to that situation. And when you feel triggered, meditate on it, and see if it makes a difference. One of the next tips I have is also prayer. Oftentimes, I forget how important prayer is. I just try and fix it myself. But oftentimes, a lot of things in life, and especially when the forces of evil are against us, you can't fix that by yourself. You need God to help you. So if you guys don't know what the full armor of God is, please look it up. It's in Ephesians. That's what we need to be arming ourselves with so that we are equipped to battle against the spiritual warfare. We're all going through ups and downs. I know that sometimes we're on social media and it really looks like someone's just living their best life. And they may be living their best life, but guess what? It's not perfect. We all have ups and downs. I want you all to tell me how God has helped you guys as well, but how He's helped me through spiritual warfare. Those tips have definitely been the way of how God has helped me get through spiritual warfare. Please don't forget to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and on YouTube. Make sure that you click the bell on Spotify to receive all notifications. And that's it for today's episode. Bye, and thanks for tuning in to The World According to Jakai.